Papa's here once again, and today we got a build hot off the press. That's right, we got a cold damage over time, creeping frost, frenzy charge on hit build. We got a cold damage over time, creeping frost build with the side of Val Cold Snap. We decided to create a Spellslinger build utilizing the new, as soon as I saw the full-born Tullfall Opal Wand, I knew I had to make a build around it, and therefore I started building it. I got a bunch of +1 to max power charges to get that extra plus 20% cold damage over time multiplier per power charge. However, when I was initially building it, I was going to build it with the Malachi loop. That would be 2 extra power charges. I have a couple of the max 1 to power charge rings and some other things, and then I discovered the full-born Wrathpith globe that deals 5% increased damage over time per 100 player maximum life. So I'm like, alright, that is pretty good, if I say so myself. So I decided to build a little bit of a hybrid where I'm trying to get max, well, we get the max power charges through a Relocation Patience. We use the Graven's Secret cloth belt to get extra absorption charges for defensive ability purposes, and then we get that massive amounts of life for survivability. And yeah, the build is pretty cool, pretty nice. Not the fastest clear speed, one might say, but damage wise it's pretty cool, it's pretty great. I wish I could have fit in a little bit more life recoup. I think that at like 50 or 60%, I think I needed 3 more life, 3 more levels to get like 50% damage taken recouped as life. I mean, 100%, imagine having 10k life, 100% recoup, like you're not down to nothing, alright? And then we get the elemental damage recoup as well. The other reason why I built this build as a Spellslinger build as opposed to self-cast is, one, I don't think I've played Creeping Frost or Cold Snap in about 10 years, and so I decided, hey, why don't I do something a little different, something kind of fun. And then when I found the amulet that I'm wearing, that you're about to see here in a minute at the gear section, 315 life, +2 to all cold skill gems. Wow, that was a nicer one. That was a nice one. This amulet costed me all but 2 divines. Alright, now there's a massive downside, obviously 50% reduced cast speed, but if I was to get one that was very similar, that didn't have such a big downside to casting speed, it was a whopping 30 divines. So I'm like, no, I ain't spending no 30 divines on this beauty. Alright, and hence why I went this route. And then you guessed it, yup, sure enough, the next ring to follow had 35% reduced cast speed. So my cast speed in the gutters. So that led credence, if that's the right way to use that word, to me playing this as a Spellslinger. Alright, let's go for the gear. Alright, so we got the Tullfall Opal Wand with that 20% cold damage over time multiplier. We have a nice, beautiful helm that I picked up for 1 divine, I think it was. I was initially gonna use one of these, go max block, go max spell block, but you know, I'm like, no, life regeneration rate is absolutely amazing, so I had to go for it. Here we have, I think this is by far the most expensive item in the build. I think when I bought this was about 23 divines. They might have gone up, might have gone down, I don't know, but definitely by far the most expensive one. Everything else, 2 divines here, couple C, I think maybe 1 divine here. This was 5 divines, this was 1 divine or less, and then everything else is kind of whatever, right? Everything's kind of standard. I do have that extra cold resistance and additional elemental resistances because we also took this node right here, cold damage over time multiplier per each 4% overcapped cold resistance, so more cold damage over time. So initially I did take this wheel for that recovery, for that recoup, excuse me, and it felt okay. But if you, anytime you're running a ton of life and you have gain charges when you get hit by an enemy, I dare you to get this mastery. All right, 4%, that's, what is that, that's 400 life per life click of the flask. So just like that, you smash the keyboard 1 through 4, that's 1600 life before we even apply the life flask. So very good node on a ton of life build. We do have endurance charges thanks to enduring exposure. We get a ton of life with this full-blown red dream. Look at that, just like 1000 life just from that. We did get the fire resistance to get that additional life as well. And oh yeah, 50% of non-chaos damage taken bypasses energy shield, but we gained that extra life as energy shield. So this gets us about 2500 or whatever of energy shield. So that's pretty nifty, if I say so myself. Last but not least, I could have gone for more damage with the infused power charge anointment. I decided to get the melding for extra life, for extra energy shield, and it feels pretty stellar. So let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and I'll see you next time with another beautiful build.